All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Good afternoon and happy Black History Month. My name is LaFawn Davis Bailey, and I work on the Global Diversity and Talent Inclusion team. I'm also one of the founding members of the Black Googlers Network, who's hosting Boris and Nicole today. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Am I on? Hello?
Kind
Yes, you are.
Sort of.
Oh.
Testing. There you go.
Just saying thank you for having us.
You're very welcome.
Why are you guys talking like this? Is that the mics?
It's the mic.
Hello, hi.
So really briefly, I know you guys all know who they are, and we have lots of followers on YouTube who are watching right now, but I'm going to give you a really brief intro of Boris and Nicole. So start with Boris.
Okay.
Boris has proven to be, you're not making this easy. Boris has proven to be one of Hollywood's most versatile and sought-after talents. Born in Austria to German and Ghanaian parents, Boris is fluent in 4 languages.
Yes.
4.
4, 4.
Wow. Which gives him tremendous international appeal. A modern-day Renaissance man, Boris has led by example in every aspect of his life, as a family man, actor, philanthropist, and businessman. Highlights of his noteworthy acting resume demonstrate a track record of success. I'm just going to name a few. He has a very long list. I'm just going to name a few. So he's currently starring in The Real Husbands of Hollywood on BET. I have to say it's pretty funny. It's one of my favorites. He was also handpicked by legendary writer J.J. Abrams to star in primetime drama Undercovers. He starred alongside Bruce Willis in the blockbuster thriller Surrogates and appeared in the franchise hit Resident Evil and Resident Evil Retribution. As a businessman, Boris has leveraged his marketing degree and international fashion connections to create and launch Alpha, which stands for Affordable Luxury for All. It's a menswear brand specializing in custom-tailored clothes at an affordable price. Now, I have to say this. Boris lives by the motto, if you believe in yourself and are not scared to express your dreams, there are no limits to what you can do. Everyone, please welcome Boris Kodjoe.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Also, vielen Dank. Es freut mich, dass ich hier bin heute Abend. Merci beaucoup, David.
Easy in the front row. Easy. All right. His wife is right here.
That's okay. I feel just like them.
So now I'll introduce Nicole. Nicole Ari Parker is considered an opinion leader and a go-to expert as it pertains to the largest demographic in the world, working mothers. As an actress, Nicole is immediately recognizable by fans. She is perhaps best known for her outstanding performance as Terry Joseph on Showtime's award-winning original series, Soul Food, one of my favorites too. She just finished shooting a new Jerry Bruckheimer pilot. Beyond her television appearances, Nicole has also compiled a notable resume on the big screen. Again, very long list, so I'm just gonna name a few. She was on Remember the Titans, starring Denzel Washington, on one of, again, my favorite movies, Brown Sugar, opposite Taye Diggs. And last year, she made her Broadway debut, starring opposite Blair Underwood as Blanche Dubois in the revival of Tennessee Williams' classic play, A Streetcar Named Desire. Everyone, please welcome Nicole Ari Parker.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, we're talking a lot today about empowerment and health and wellness. And, you know, I get a little choked up when I see the Broadway clip because, and I've said this before, that was really a dream come true. Like, you list the wonderful things that we've been lucky enough to do, but that job was a 20-year wait for an actress. It's like,
Wow.
you know, it was just a dream come true, and it's directly related to some of the things that Dr. Wade is going to talk about. That when I graduated from NYU, I knew for sure I was going to be on Broadway, right? 20 years later, I got the call, almost to the day.
Wow.
And it was a direct result of aligning everything in my life wanting and believing in myself, believing in possibilities again, up-leveling myself, my mental awareness, my mental health, my physical health, and really staying positive and really committing to all that stuff we talk about, speaking kindly to yourself, about yourself, believing in yourself, having faith. And I literally got the call. I got the offer, you know, which is, it wasn't a series of auditions.
Right.
It was really like a miracle.
That's amazing.
So I'm totally pumped up to talk to you guys today. And and I'm just really happy to be here on so many levels. Black History Month, empowering women, empowering all of us. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You too, Boris. All right, so I'm going to make you guys tell us your story. You guys are two beautiful people in Hollywood, inside and outside, I have to say, from meeting you guys earlier. You've been on TV, you've been in movies, now Broadway. But tell us how you two met.
We met at the table read of the first ever episode of Soul Food, the series.
He walked in. Everybody died.
She was the last one standing, so that's how we met. In a nutshell. No, I was lucky enough to get a part of Damon Carter, the delivery guy, who was supposed to be on the show for 3 episodes and then vanish into the night. And the producers loved the chemistry between the two of us. I don't know why. And so they offered me a series regular contract to stay on the show for the duration. And it was my first job as an actor. You know, I'd come from Germany and went to school here, and my English was okay, but it wasn't that great. So she helped me, actually. She helped me a lot, breaking down scripts, translating stuff I couldn't understand.
Anything I could do, girl, to help him.
explaining colloquialisms to me, references to old TV shows that I had never seen before.
He didn't know who Laverne and Shirley was.
Still don't. So it made the transition for me much easier to be a part of such an amazing, historic, really show. And we became really, really good friends.
Yeah,
That's the truth. I know people always want to say, yeah, well, we know what was going on. We were really good friends. We were really focused on our job, which was very important to us. She was in a relationship. I was in a relationship. So we took that very seriously. And we didn't start dating until 2 years into Soul Food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was...
Started off as colleagues.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't want any drama on my new big job. That was like my big break. And, you know, we just took it slow. And we tell people that. We're pretty transparent about that we were friends. But the working environment did create an acceleration of getting to know each other. When you're up at 5 in the morning in a makeup trailer, you know, all your mystery is gone. You know, so he kind of saw me in a way that I might not have presented so fast if we were just dating, you know, but we were very close, 14-hour days. So a friendship was nurtured.
But it's interesting because when the first moment I met her, I knew that she was very special. I felt her energy, her love right away, and I knew she was going to be special in my life. I didn't know in what capacity yet, but I knew that I really honestly knew that she was going to play a big part in my life. And even after we decided to finally date, part of the reason why it took so long was because we took a step back before we took a step forward. Because I had been traveling the world for 10 years and modeled all over the world, and I was sort of a man of international mystery. So there was a lot of
phone numbers you needed to do.
Well, that's not. Yeah, well, I knew that she was special, and I didn't want to mess it up. And I had seen a lot, and I didn't want to bring that stuff into this relationship. So we both decided to take a step back, and actually we both went to therapy. That's true. We both went to therapy to figure out what part we had played in the demise of our relationships in the past, and to sort of break through the patterns that you develop when you date. And we did that both.
Release of baggage.
Yes.
Exactly. We didn't want to bring the garbage into this very important relationship. And then once we decided it was time to do it, we did it.
Very nice. You guys are adorable.
Thank you.
Well, now tell us about Sophie's birth and how that impacted you as a couple and as a family.
Well, our daughter Sophie was born, and she was born with spina bifida. Spina bifida is a neural tube birth defect. The real quick, spina bifida is Latin for open spine. It happens in the first 3 weeks of conception when the spinal cord is forming. Sometimes it doesn't close in certain areas. Nerves are sticking out, nerves are damaged. Sometimes they're stuck in a lipoma in the development, which is a small bundle of fat, you could call it. And so the spectrum of spina bifida is very large. Our daughter, the way it manifested was she didn't have use of her bladder. But we didn't know what the damage was until we allowed her development to happen, meaning no babies can walk. So we had to wait to see if she was developing normally. Could she pull herself up? So we went very quickly, we talk about this sometimes, from being this very much in love, hot couple to being paramedics. I mean, all of that was taken out of the equation. All the heat, all the priorities became very apparent very quickly. And Sophie began to develop normally, but then we noticed that something was going on with her bowels and her bladder. And we went through a lot. Any parent of a special needs child will tell you there was a lot of pain and stress on the marriage, on our children, everything, because we have a second child. And but what happened is when we started to reach out for help, we realized that there were so many other parents as well that needed guidance, help, because we had access to a lot of different things. Homeopathic treatments, you know, because you're micromanaging medicine, diapers, catheters, doctor's visits. And so there was a lot to consider. And we started Sophie's Voice Foundation just to help. And we raised money slowly. You know, it's very difficult running a foundation. We want to thank Google so much for matching any donations that are made today. So grateful. And we started out putting our money into research, but what we found, because spina bifida is 70% preventable. And what that means, that number is very big in the scientific world in terms of birth defects. 70% might translate into, we say, 8 babies were born yesterday, 5 of them didn't have to have spina bifida. That's what 70% kind of looks like. And so it's preventable with folic acid. So that put me kind of in the forefront of the discussion about healthcare, prenatal health, women's health, because spina bifida happens so early. You haven't even missed a period yet. It's about that caring for yourself right now, especially if you're in a relationship, if you have casually dating. You want to be able to prepare your body for whatever may come. You want to create a healthy environment. You want to be a healthy woman just for yourself and for your partner. And that's kind of what has happened. And then slowly, because it's so preventable, we were talking about fortifying more of our food with folic acid. It's a very cheap, it's not an expensive fortification process. It's a very cheap B vitamin. It's always on the bottom of the shelf at CVS. Everyone in here could take folic acid with their daily vitamin C and wipe out many birth defects for that possibility. But we're moving into policy change because it is a governmental kind of effort that has to be made. And we've put a lot of money into developing a center that's dedicated to that at Rollins School of Public Health at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're very proud of that. We have big, lofty goals. We want to help the Spina Bifida Association of America. We want to help families in need, because once you have spina bifida or a child with spina bifida, the quality of your life needs support as well. So that's it in a nutshell. I know it's a lot of information, but it really is about, it really ties into everything we're talking about health and wellness.
It's awareness, and it's making sure that the government moved spina bifida on a list of not only the most preventable diseases, but also disease or birth defect that can be eradicated worldwide within 10 years. So
But we need
speaking
the
of lofty
push.
goals, that's our real mission is to eradicate global spina bifida within 10 years. But at the same time, we have to pay attention to raising awareness so that every female in the world understands how important it is to protect themselves and their unborn child, and also to help families right now just with their basic needs. Just to give an example, a child with spina bifida costs 13 times the amount a regular child costs. So we have 14 kids, basically. That's a huge cost for an average family. And so it puts a lot of strain and stress on a family's life. It put a lot of strain and stress on our life as well. At first, when you're faced with that, you have no idea what you're dealing with. I've never heard spina bifida before she was diagnosed. So there's a lot of education that you have to do. You have to find out what this really is. Heartache. We talked about divorces. Special needs child is the cause of most divorces. 80% of marriages end in divorce that are facing with a special needs child. So there's a lot of things that are connected with this, but
And the healing process around that is kind of an integrative approach, because I couldn't just have someone help me with my daughter, you know, because some of the stress of having 2 kids and getting the practicalities of everything. It wasn't just about assistance. It was about my mental health. It was about returning to faith. It was about our ability to communicate. Exercise became very important because it was a huge stress reliever. It
Nutrition.
wasn't about getting skinny. It was about running on that treadmill and shaking some of that off. And that's when I really began to appreciate this holistic approach of health and wellness, and how important it was, and how I wasn't alone.
Okay. I think we have a short video clip to show.
8 babies are born with spina bifida every day. In the US, 60 million women are at risk of having a baby born with this birth defect. But by taking 400 micrograms of folic acid every single day, you can reduce your chances of having a baby born with spina bifida by up to 70%. So what can you do? Take your folic acid every day.
That was amazing. All right, Nicole.
Yes.
I hear you started a new business called Save Your Do, which I did not know about, and I wish I did, that led to the creation for Strive to Thrive. Can you tell us about Save Your Do and then Strive to Thrive?
Well, leading right out of Sophie's Voice Foundation, I partnered up with my business partner, Jill Ozier, here with the time cards bossing us around from the very beginning. We've got 2 minutes left. And we really wanted to create, because like you asked, the foundation is very hard to run and constantly throwing galas to raise money. But I wanted to create a business, almost like a Paul Newman model, that benefited a nonprofit organization where most of the proceeds, it was really about generating a stream of income for the foundation. And I really was dedicated to natural skincare and things like that. But I had this on the back burner, this idea where as women, we pay $95, $125 a week to get our hair done, and we wouldn't. Jill, that's your phone, yes. And we wouldn't work out.
Right.
When did you get your hair done, LaFawn? Yesterday?
This morning?
This morning. Now, when are you going to go downstairs into one of these fabulous gyms here?
Well, what had happened was
See, and
I got my hair done when I was supposed to be working out.
Right. Took your time slot, right? Well, I was with a bunch of girlfriends, and I'll tell you this really quickly. And we were at a destination wedding, and I was in charge of the Saturday morning activities. Do you all know Dolvette from The Biggest Loser, the really fine, not as fine as my husband, man, but yes, Dolvette is a friend of ours, and he had agreed to give my girlfriends a boot camp. like, how do you say no to that? But nobody wanted to do it because they had just gotten their hair done. So I went home from that weekend, and I really thought about this, and I gathered all, I said, I wear my silk scarf under a baseball cap. I see you nodding over there, And you wear a bandana, you wear a ski cap, you do all these things to preserve. They're laughing, I know, girl, I'm with you. And I said, there's got to be a better way. So I cut up, literally, I had an idea. And this is the other
You cut up my shirt.
I want a lot of the women to know that ideas are the spark of something. And you take 2 steps in the right direction. You join forces with someone who you think is maybe a little smarter than you. And don't be afraid to keep going in the direction of a good idea. Because that day when I was on the freeway home from the airport, I'm sure this idea came to like 10 women from the universe. And I was the only one that acted on it that day, right? So I partnered up with Jill, and she knew that I was onto something. And she said, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. I know a guy who specializes in that wicking material. I can get this done for you. So I met this guy. He looked like a wrestler, okay? But he was this incredible fabric.
Tangent.
Sorry. He was this incredible, but the point I'm making is that he didn't know anything necessarily about hair, but he was really mesmerized by the idea, and he knew exactly what to do. So 17 prototypes later, you have Save Your Do. That's the long answer. But I want the women in the room to know that it's not easy, but it's possible to have your own business, to start an idea and move it in the right direction. So
Well, she's being very humble. Let me just tell you guys, she launched this on her own via Facebook, social media, Steve Harvey radio show, Wendy Williams, and within weeks she sold massive amounts of the Save Your Do gym wrap. So much that we moved right from social media and e-commerce into infomercials. Now you see the infomercials all over the TV. And we're having meetings with retailers, all within 10 months, which is unbelievable. Wow. And what that means is not just that this is a great idea, but also she's tapped into something, and that's something that we want to talk about here today.
And I made a beauty product, right?
Yes.
I'm going to give this to you.
Stop it.
Because I can see it in your eyes.
Really? Because I'm excited.
Yes. I've had some Googlers, Rachel, have pulled me aside and said, use your Save Your Do gym wrap. Because what I realized is that I tapped into something much deeper. Because we all want to get up and take that 20-minute walk, that 20-minute run, and we just feel paralyzed because the choice we have as women is between our presentation at our jobs and our dinner meetings and our fitness. And I said, that's not fair. We should be able to have it all and to fit it all in. Without going to extremes. So what this really has done, it's not a diet and it's not the treadmill, but it's a tool to help you make the next best choice for
To
yourself.
stop making excuses.
Yeah, yeah,
Boom.
yeah. And I know we all wear our hair differently. Some have extensions, some wear natural flat twists, but we all want our hair to stay done no matter what we did. So I have 3 different styles, different colors. I make a bandana. I make one just for the front, for your edges. So I got us all figured out. But I just want to say also that what has happened is that it's put me in the discussion, right smack dab in the middle of the discussion about health and wellness. And how important it is, and how much we need support.
Okay. Tell us, what is the one or the most important thing that you and your Strive to Thrive team wants us to walk away with today?
Well, I think what's really important is to illustrate again how important it is for the physical, the mental, and the spiritual to work together. That's the only way we can all maximize our potential. And Nicole and I are not experts. We are merely conduits. We're catalysts to try to inspire people to adapt a healthier lifestyle. And that's why we're here today. And that's why we have surrounded ourselves with our friends who are the best of the best in experts in
And they've seen it all, heard it all,
nutrition,
been there.
fitness, self-help, financial literacy, and so on and so forth. And we have brought with us today 3 of the best experts in their respective fields who will talk to all of us today about how to make everything work together so that we can adapt this new healthy lifestyle. Because we don't want to talk about diets, because diets start on Monday and they end 2 weeks later, or 3 days later, or 3 months later. And then you forget about it, and then you go on another diet 2 years later. We don't want to talk about it. We want to talk about a lifestyle change, and how to trigger it, how to get it started, because all of us have an education, all of us know what we need to do, but most of us don't do it. And that's what we're here to discuss and figure out and hopefully leave with today.
Well, with that, why don't I let you bring your team up, and then you can introduce them.
Okay. Would you guys, let's bring them out one by one. Let's read the amazing introductions that were written for us. So give them the proper entrance. How about that?
Well, you want to introduce Dr. Ferguson?
Okay, I'm going to introduce our friend, Dr. Robert Ferguson. A nationally recognized voice of wellness and weight loss, and America's diet-free guru, Robert Ferguson. Give him a hand. And next, a fitness trainer, coach, speaker, and best-selling author of the book Take Back Your Life, and a holder of 2, not 1, 2 Guinness World Records, Wendy Ida.
And now we'd like to introduce you to our host of the Strive to Thrive Health and Wellness Experience, Dr. Brenda Wade. But before you applaud, I want to just read some of the amazing things that she's done. She is the founder of Love, Money, and Seva. Seva is a Hindu word for service. And she leads those seminars, igniting change and transforming the lives of hundreds of thousands of people with her teleseminars, her one-on-one coaching, everyday people, billionaires. She mixes her secret sauce of psychiatry, psychology, science, and spirituality. She's, quote, one of the best-known psychologists in America. She's won numerous awards. She's appeared on Oprah, Dr. Oz, The Today Show. She currently hosts her own PBS program, Healing Quest, in the San Francisco Bay Area. She's the best-selling author of 4 books, and she's even coached, and I get a little choked up, she's up-leveled me. You're going to learn what that means, but she changes my life every time I get to talk to her, and I'm so honored and so grateful that she's here. Everyone, let's welcome Dr. Brenda Wade.
Yes. She loves hugs.
Yeah, I love hugs.
Are you guys mic'd?
Hey,
you
we
guys
are.
mic'd?
Yeah.
Okay,
and I've
great.
got mine right there. Hey, everybody. Ooh, it's a good-looking group here. Google. So it's like a beauty contest to get in. So check that out. All right. Looking at me? Okay. All right. So I'll start. Is that okay?
Yes.
So you heard Boris and Nicole talk about integrative health. How many of you know what integrative health is? Anybody? Got a couple hands. You're cheating, Pete and Amari. You guys can't put your hands up. Pete works with us, and you're going to get to hear from him. He's a yoga and meditation instructor. Is that good? All right, so let me tell you what integrative means. Now, we only have a few minutes, like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, to cover something that normally I might share with you and Robert and the gorgeous Wendy would share in maybe a 2-day intensive or big teleseminar series. So we're going to do accelerated learning. Is that all right? I need to see your hands. Is that all right? Because this means you're on board and you signed up for this. You all raised your hand, right? So accelerated learning means I'll be talking fast. I'll be asking you to repeat some things with me. Why? Let me quickly tell you, I'm a geek, I'm a brain scientist, and the brain gets the last word. So if I have you repeat things and do things with me, your brain goes, got that pattern, I can use that now. Is that good? All right, so stay with me, because I'm gonna go fast. I won't slow down, so you speed up. Here we go. All right, first thing is integrative means, everybody do this, body, emotions, mind, and spirit. Now, spirit, let me give you my working definition of spirit. Whatever you believe in, keep believing. For me, spirit just means you connect to something greater than yourself. That could be nature, It could be the sun. It could be spirit in a religious sense. That's up to you. But we all need it. Why? It's been proven that people who have some kind of spiritual practice are so much healthier. The immune system goes through the roof. Your stress goes down. Now, is that good or good? Very good. I think it's really good. All right, so the first thing I want you to remember is that body is the temple of the rest of it. Everything lives in the body. Now, I was with some folks yesterday who work here in Silicon Valley, and they are fitness pros. Gorgeous, just like Boris and Nicole, you know, just like fabulous. Both of them are depressed. Think about it now. Body, but what about emotions, mind, and spirit? So the hookup for them is we've got to get the emotional piece. Now, everybody, remember this. If you don't remember anything else I say today, please remember this. You might even want to enter it in your little mobile device or write it down. The most important thing any of us have, put it here. What is it? Mind, because this is the conduit. This connects us to spirit. This determines how the feelings will go or not, and it determines how the body goes. Everybody knows about mind-body medicine, right? Yep. You all heard it, right? But it means that your mind. So what was happening with my two folks I was with yesterday? Negative thoughts. All their thoughts were negative, and it was feeding into their relationship. So they're very fit, but come here a minute, Nicole. They were like, Boris, we're going to need you. Yep. But their relationship was one of blaming. Give them a blame. Now, now try to get close to her. That's as close as he will ever get, because blaming, right, blaming is alienating, and look what it does. It creates distance. Now, when you're blamed, what do you feel like doing? Me? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So there are only two ways people respond to blaming. One is to shut down, walk away. What's the other one? Fight back. You knew the answer. Are you like a double blamer back there? He's, uh-oh. Look out for that man. He's got his fists up. No. We'll talk to you afterwards. I got something special for you. All right, so if you both blame, now both of you blame, back up, back up, back up. You got to back up now because you're double blaming. There you go, right there.
Farther apart.
Further apart. So when I see couples who haven't had sex in a long time, this is what's happening, because there's no way to connect if you're blaming. I'm sorry about that. Okay, but they don't ever do that. You guys aren't blamers, I know that. But now what's the key? What does a blaming message sound like? Now, why are we talking about relationships? Number one cause of health incidents in America is relationship stress. Are you with me? So no matter how much our brilliant No Diet Life guru, and you're going to love what he has to offer, or our gorgeous fitness pro offers us, this piece has to be part of the program. So what's the way out of blaming? Who knows? What's the first word if you're blaming somebody? What's the first word? You. Got it. And what word has to change? From you to thank you. So shout it out there, Nicole. I. So from a you message, which is your fault, and if you came home on time, if you would call me, if you would did it, the head has to go too sometimes. Okay. So you put the head in it, and then this is always good with blaming. Yeah. You get the head, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Ooh. All right, so and if we take the you out and say, I feel, now here's the key. Key. I feel. Hurt, angry, sad, lonely, horny, tired, whatever it is. It has to be a feeling. And then that's followed up with, this is the pay dirt, everybody, a request. I may feel angry because you didn't call me because you're coming home late, but my request has to be, hey, would you mind giving me a call? Done. Most people will talk about feelings, but they never make the request. The request is the solution. It's the what? Solution. And we want? Oh, I didn't feel that. Solution. We want? Solution. Because it's solution. That work moves us forward. You got that? Solution. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
Very true. You know, we get into fights sometimes, and he says, well, I can't read your mind, and I realize I never said. put the remote control down and let's have this discussion. But,
Okay.
you know, it's important that you do express yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The thing that is so important about relationship, now you heard Boris and Nicole say their mission is to eradicate spina bifida in 10 years. My mission is to cut the divorce rate by 50% in the next 5 years.
Whoa.
Can it be done? Thank you. Can it be done?
Yes.
Now, if you are a person of color, the divorce rate is 69%. If you're a person of uncolor, it's about 51%. And it is very important because if you know what that stat means, okay, I won't bore you with a lot of statistics, but you need to know this one. It costs $365 billion every year in America. Most of that is direct cost to healthcare because it's so stressful. Now, I've been divorced. That's why it's so important to me, because I wouldn't want to wish that on my worst enemy if I had one, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any. No. All right, so we got it about integrative. Who knows what integrative means now? What does it mean?
Body, emotion, mind, spirit.
Woo! You guys are hot. All right. Now, I'm going to give you one quick tip. Right now, I want you to think of how you feel in the morning when you first wake up. Okay, think about how you feel in the morning. How many of you wake up and go, yay, it's a new day, yes, and you bring it? Okay, how many wake up like that? That's what I thought. We got one person. Take this woman outside, please.
And Boris.
Boris wakes up that way. Thank you. We have two. Excellent. You guys can talk to each other.
Yes.
Right now, most of us don't wake up that way, so I want you to give me a number on a scale of 1 to 10. When you wake up in the morning, 1 is 10 is like her, whoa, and like Boris, whoa. Right, what is your average number when you wake up in the morning? Just note the number. Note it for yourself. How many got their numbers? Got your number? Okay, we're going to change the number in just a minute. I want another number. How many of you have ever been in a blame session or a fight? Okay, and what kind of number do you feel if you're in a blame session or a fight? Now, energy-wise, energy completely flattened out is a 1. Energy off the charts is a 10. What number do you have right after that fight? Think about that number. Low numbers, right?
Yeah.
So stressful. Now, if I could tell you how to change that number in 60 seconds, would you want this?
Yes.
You sure you want this? Yeah. Are you sure you want it?
Solution. Solution.
All right. Okay, 60 seconds. Here we go. What am I going to use to change it?
My mind.
All right, remember what I told you. It's all going to come together now. The mind controls the emotions and the body. And what do we need to link it to?
Spirit.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, we're going to use a very quick tool. You can use it anytime, anywhere, silently, out loud, in your car, sitting at your desk, taking a walking meeting, which we learned that Googlers are doing now, and I love that walking meeting, very hot. It's called chanting. Comes from every tradition around the planet, doesn't matter what tradition you follow, but chanting grabs the mind and says, sit down and be quiet. And it grabs it like this, really fast. So I want you to have a direct experience because as a scientist, I hate it when people tell me things. I want to experience it. You want to experience it? Yes. All right, so I'm going to give you a non-religious chant. I'm just going to give you one that says, I am light.
I am light.
And I am energy.
And I am energy.
I am light.
I am light.
And I am energy. Now, Herbert Benson at the Harvard School of Mind-Body Medicine found that people who chanted even the word ocean or one or love had better immune function, less depression, less anxiety, and they lost weight and felt better. Is that good or good? Good. All right, here we go. Goes like this. I am light and energy.
I
am light and energy. Stay with me. I am light and energy. Here we go. I am light and energy. 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 Now see it. I am light and energy. See it. I am light and energy. Feel it. I am light and energy. 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 I am light. Now be it. I am light and energy. Every cell. I am light and energy. 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 Stop. I am light and energy. One more time.
I am
light and
energy.
energy. Just breathe it in. Last time, silently breathe it in. I am
Light
and energy. Now notice, listen, listen. What can you hear? What do you hear? What can you hear? You can hear what? Hear all the stuff blowing. What else do you hear?
I hear myself saying it inside.
Yes?
Wow. I hear
What
my heart.
don't you hear? How many people felt their mind go, "Thup"? That was less than 60 seconds. And who stopped your mind? Say, I did.
I did.
Who stopped it?
I did.
Right. That's how fast you can grab control of that thing that is never quiet. Even when you're asleep, have you noticed? Does it sleep? It never sleeps. But you can stop it, and when the mind is quiet, the body is quiet. When the body and the mind are quiet, what happens to the emotions? They calm down. Is that a good thing to know how to do? Yep. Right, I want you to take that and use it. But our amazing, amazing experts here. Now, this woman is a 2-time world record holder. This is Wendy Ida. But Wendy, you're a huge inspiration to me, not just because she could do more burpees than anybody in 1 minute, you guys. You know what burpees are? Okay, how many people know what burpees are? I mean, they're just like torture. I mean, are you with me? Torture. Okay, she also has a story that is unbelievable. And for me, you are a person who represents, and I know she's that for you too, Nicole, someone who could triumph over anything. So I want you to just, yeah, truly, know you're going to hear from somebody amazing. And Robert does a better job than anyone I've ever met, and I know a lot of people in nutrition. He is the guru. I bow down, Robert. The no diet life. Now, do you like the sound of that? And truly, 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 he shows us how to do it. Now, with our fearless leaders, Boris and Nicole, who've opened this door for all of us to go through, this is an extraordinary opportunity, and I want to pass to Robert to talk a bit about nutrition. And Wendy's gonna bust a move with us later. Is that all right? Oops.
Everybody want that? You ready? You ready?
Righty.
Dr. Wade,
Yes.
can I just say one real quick thing?
Anything.
What just happened to me just now when you did that is I realized that when I say I am light in energy, I am light in energy, it stops the impulse actually to blame.
Yes.
And what has happened is I had a really funny thought. I said, oh, I am not going to cuss you out right now, not for your sake, but for mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I know that I really need to make this point, but I'm not going to make it just now. Trust the space between us, and I'm going to take care of my physical body and my energy, and I'll probably be more helpful in finding a solution.
That's right.
that
Yes.
way.
Now, the key, the reason I chose light and energy, the word human is made up of 2 words. Hu means light, man means being. We are light beings, and if we can just remember that, it's very hard to go hurt another precious, beautiful, light being, isn't it? Yeah. Especially one that you love and that you're married to, who's father of children.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to thank you for that. I had a little shift into place just now.
I'm light and energy.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Hand it to Robert.
Robert?
Wait. Jill's giving me a cue. Now, you guys, this is our team captain right here, Jill Ozier. Come on, Jill, stand up.
Come on, Jill, stand up.
Stand up, Jill.
Team captain.
Come on.
Hey,
Now,
Jill.
listen. She is the former captain of the women's softball team of Cal Berkeley. So she's not playing. When we say team captain, she can throw somebody out at second, right? Okay. So we line up behind. And you know why that's important that she's team captain? She knows how to make everybody on the team win. And that's why we all play ball together. Okay, we have a video is what she just told me. Video of Robert. Is that right? Thank you.
Like the word diet.
Well, eat all the foods you love and still lose weight. Sounds too good to be true.
Seriously? How is that possible? Eat all you want and still lose weight.
Oh, let's hear it for America's Fat Loss Coach, Robert Ferguson.
No more diets. No more diets.
You don't have to give up any of the foods that you love. Can I quote you? Chocolate is a great thing.
Chocolate is a great
Chocolate
thing.
is a great thing.
Did you just say put butter on your potato?
Yes, I did.
Because when you said you can eat cheeseburger, steaks, pizzas, tacos, brownies, biscuits and gravy.
You've worked with some big-time celebrities, LaToya Jackson and Ricky Lake, Tony Braxton, so you know what you're talking about.
I think I do. You will learn how to eat to be lean and healthy for the rest of your life.
And I can lose weight.
Yes, sir.
Sign me the hell up.
Woo!
Yay,
Thank you.
Robert Ferguson.
I'm not going to do the kick, let me say. Light and energy. No, it'll be there by the time we're done. Before I get started and share with you in a short period of time, I just want to give a big thank you to everything that you guys are doing.
Yes.
Because it's just amazing. The outreach, the information, because I really believe that when you have the right knowledge and you are aware of certain things and you apply that knowledge and bridge the gap between what you know and do, you feel better about yourself and you get the results that you want. And it does help if you have some beam or platform of inspiration. So I'm just going to share with you just a couple of stories. There's one that inspired me to do what I do. And then I'm going to go in and share with you how you could literally eat the foods that you love or your favorite foods. If you wanted to lose weight, upgrade your energy, and live diet-free for life. Sound like a plan? Yeah. Is everybody happy still? Yeah. Okay. My inspiration is my mom. So I am a mama's boy. And I'm from a little city called Anderson, Indiana. And I watched my mom growing up gain 100 pounds, lose 100 pounds. Gain 100 pounds, lose 100 pounds. I saw the joy in dropping the weight, and I saw the pain of getting it back. Come on, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Anybody ever gain weight and lose it and gain it back? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that was my mom's story. And when we sat down one day, we actually put together some numbers, and we figured that she had gained and lost about 1,600 pounds in her lifetime. Now, my mom introduced me to fitness when I was 5. I'm 44 today. And at the age of 5, she took me to an all-women's health club, and this was when Jane Fonda was hot. This is during that time when you had those like long socks that went from the ankle up to the knee. And this was during that time when psychologically they would put you in a health club as far as daycare, and you could see your parents work out. And I remember looking through the glass wall, watching my mom at 268 pounds in a full-body spandex outfit walk out to this thing that looked like a treadmill, and she stepped on this thing that looked like a treadmill, and I remember it vividly because it reminded me of the barbershop because there was a leather strap on it. But in the barbershop, it was a little thinner. At this fitness center, it was really thick. So I remember her getting on this machine, pulling this strap around her body, and it was like watching The Matrix because it was like a strobe light on her, and when she hit the start button, anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Her body shook, and I experienced at 5 post-traumatic stress. Her body shook, and after 15 minutes of her body shaking, she walked from that fat shaker over to this rotating wheel, and she got into a sustained position where these bars would hit the back of the leg, and that machine was designed to get rid of unwanted cellulite. And when she was done with that, which was really impressive to sustain that position that long based on her weight and where she was, but when that was over, the workout was over. She'd come get me and we would leave. That's how it used to be, right? So we have come a long way, but we're still not there because we fall prey to a lot of false promises and gimmicks that lead us on a road to get to a certain place that isn't really where we want to be. And I believe that with Strive to Thrive, everything that's being presented here, when brought together from an integrative standpoint, can get you to where you want to be. It's like getting on the bus to get to a destination that is really where you want to be. So my mom, after watching me help a lot of people get energy, lose weight, be successful, finally, after all her diets, finally, after seeing me on TV and just helping all these people, she said, okay, son, I'm going to give you a shot. Now, this is when she's gained and lost all that weight. My mom had both knees reconstructed twice because of her weight. She had her right rotator cuff reconstructed twice because of her weight. She had 3 stents in her arteries because of her weight and her lifestyle. She survived breast cancer twice. She lost my sister, her only daughter, went through that emotional roller coaster. And not being a young whippersnapper, my mom decided, I'll give it one more shot. because I said that she didn't have to eat chicken breast and live on broccoli. I said, I'm going to show you how to eat the foods that you have a cultural relationship with, but eat those foods in a way that gets you the results that you want. And my mom jumped on board, followed what I'm going to share with you today, and lost 110 pounds. Now, the good news is she'll never gain it back because it's not a diet. It's not about deprivation or restriction. It's about learning to use food in a way that gives you the energy and gets you the results that you want. And if you didn't have to give up foods that you love, if you ate the same foods that you would eat at a family reunion, why would you ever gain the weight back? You wouldn't, because knowledge is power, especially when it's applied. So for me to make this hit home, I'm going to share with you exactly what to do, how to eat to gain weight. You hear me? Making sure everybody's paying attention. I'm going to share with you how to gain weight. Because when you look at, say, sports or events or professions where you get paid a lot of money to be good at, you really understand the science of how to make that work. So in my research, I went and looked at what the sumo wrestler does to gain weight. Because the bigger you are as a sumo wrestler, the more money you can make. And sumo wrestlers, they know how to gain weight scientifically without it being unhealthy weight. Like they can gain subcutaneous fat, the fat between the skin and the muscle, and not the visceral fat that causes heart attacks. So they got it down to a science. So I'm going to walk you through what the sumo wrestler does to purposely gain weight. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
The first thing the sumo wrestler does when you go to this training to become a sumo wrestler is they tell you do not eat breakfast. Raise your hand if you do not eat breakfast first thing in the morning. If you are not eating breakfast, you are in training to become
A sumo wrestler. Woo!
Well, there you go. Second thing they tell a sumo wrestler is they say, hey, only eat once, but no more than 2 times a day. If you're eating once or twice a day, you're in training to become
A sumo wrestler.
all right. How many people are in training to be a sumo wrestler? See, if you eat more than 2 times a day, you're purposely speeding up your metabolism. If you eat breakfast first thing in the morning, you boost your metabolism. Therefore, it's harder for you to gain weight. So the sumo wrestler doesn't want to lose weight. He wants to gain weight. The third thing they tell a sumo wrestler to do is don't drink an adequate amount of water. Because if you drink water, it speeds up your metabolism. So how many of us are not drinking an adequate amount of water? You're in training to become
A sumo wrestler.
We got it. So what happens is if you do the opposite of the sumo wrestler and you do it in a way where it's sustainable, you'll get the results that you want. And it all begins with breakfast. And if you can't stomach breakfast first thing in the morning, then eat a snack. And once you eat that snack or breakfast, then the clock starts. So there's 3 things that I focus on when it comes to you being able to live diet-free for life. Number 1, eat frequently, every 2 to 3 hours. You hear about that, right? Well, how many of us has had a baby? I always look to see how many guys raise their hand. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, never mind. When a baby is born, this is what the doctor told us. You want to nurture the metabolism. Feed the baby every 2 to 3 hours. If 3 hours goes by and you don't feed the baby will let you know because the baby will
Cry.
And the longer they go without eating, the louder they will cry. Well, you're nurturing a baby's metabolism, and the timing is all based on when you begin the feeding. So something happens from the time we're a baby to the time we become an adult. We become very skilled at going longer than 3 hours without eating. And then we use tools like, the stimulants to help make it easier for us to go longer periods of time without eating, which naturally will slow down the metabolism. So when you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, you do this thing called maximize the thermic effect of food. So food, every time you eat, you burn calories. Well, once you get that down and you get to 7 o'clock and you realize you go to bed at midnight, you say, okay, there's 5 hours. Robert said eat every 2 to 3 hours, but then Oprah said don't eat after 7. Did it work for Oprah?
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Oprah. Just kidding. See, Oprah, what she forgot to share with everyone is that she was going to bed at 8:30. See, if you're staying up late, you want to be fueling your body. Okay, she went to bed early and she got up early, right? And when you're sleeping, that's a natural, healthy fast. That's where you want to be because sleep is a big part of naturally speeding up your metabolism and making it easier for you not to end up gaining unwanted weight. So it's a lot of knowledge out there. And I'm not saying that you have to go and spend a whole bunch of time reading books. Really, if you just go back to what we would do for our own kids and then begin applying those same things for ourselves, we will get the results that we want. Now, I'm going to end on this note because many of today's diets are based on this thing called the glycemic index. How many people are familiar with that? Okay, the glycemic index is the train or the fuel behind Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, South Beach, and it goes on and on and on. And if you're not familiar with the glycemic index, this is what it was based for. It was created for the diabetic because they took carbohydrates, which are plant-based foods, and they took 50 grams of those carbs, and they compared the digestion of those carbs to pure sugar, glucose. They gave glucose a number 100, and then everything based on how it broke down and became sugar in the blood was then given a number based on how fast, once you start eating it, it becomes sugar. So a potato is given a number 95. So you have glucose 100, and you have potato 95, and you have potato chips 55. Now potato chips come from a potato. So why is it that the potato chips, which are more processed, actually convert to sugar slower? And the reason we're talking about sugar is because we're talking about how food can actually cause your body to actually start storing body fat. Potato chips, being further from nature, impact your blood sugar better than, say, a potato. Why is that? It's because there's fat woven in the chip, and it's the fat that slows down how fast the carb becomes sugar in the blood. So if you were to take your potato, this is my Luther Vandross moment right here. And I say Luther Vandross because, you know, when Luther would sing, women would do what?
Faint.
Faint, take out their shirts, all kind of stuff, right? Well, if you take butter and put it on the potato, you're more likely to keep your body in fat burning mode compared to not adding butter to the potato. Come on. Hugs, kisses, hey, hey.
Oh.
See, when they created the glycemic index, it wasn't based on how you ate the food. See, because when you eat a potato, it's usually with a steak or it's with chicken breast or turkey breast or salmon. It's with something else. And see, the protein, when you eat it with carbs, slows down how fast the carb becomes sugar in the blood. The fibrous vegetable that you eat, asparagus, broccoli, even beans, the fiber will slow down how fast that carb becomes sugar in the blood. And of course, the fat does. So if you're eating your foods in a way that keeps your blood sugar levels from spiking, you're more likely to drop weight if you want. If you don't want to lose weight, you're more likely to experience an upgrade in your overall energy. And the take home for you would be something that I share with Kim Coles, the actress. And Kim dropped 30 pounds with this one basic technique. I said, Kim, bread with fries will add inches to your thighs. I'm going to say it again. Bread with fries add inches to your thighs. If you eat too many carbs at one time, that's when you shift your body into fat storing mode. So if you really want, say, the In-N-Out burger, and you want the fries, get the lettuce wrap because there's no bread. And then you get the fries with your iced tea, and together you have what I call a fat burning mode. You're in fat burning mode. So again, bread with fries add to your
thighs.
So if you just remember that, the whole key then is to understand which carbs fall into the category of what I call a fast carb, which ones are slow carbs. And once you have that, you own it. And then you'll see your energy soar, you'll see your waistline go where you want it to go, and it all works out just great. So thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of this afternoon. God bless you.
Hey, all right, Robert. Woohoo, cool. You guys want to hear from Wendy Ida? Come up here, Wendy Ida. Now the proof is in the pudding, right? Look.
Uh-oh.
Look at that.
There she goes.
About 18 inches right there. Okay. And with, again, such an inspirational story. Wendy, take it.
Thank you.
With video. We have a video. Oh, sorry. Cue me up with the video. Video.
She's 60 years old. Go for it, woman. Come on up, Wendy. Have a seat. Nice to see you. Wow, you are fit.
This woman is not afraid to reveal her age because you won't believe her.
Wendy Ida, exercise dynamo, 60 years old, grandmother, Miss Senior Culver City.
But that is the most impressive 60-year-old body I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
And
I'm really going strong, and I urge you, if I can do it, you could do it.
Here with her tips on working out at home is Wendy Ida, coach, trainer, and author of Take Back Your Life.
You don't need to go to a gym, and we're going to show you how you can get into that hot holiday dress.
Winning top awards in bodybuilding and bikini championships.
Winning our 45 and over is Wendy Ida.
She's doing burpees for the Guinness World Book of Records. We'll explain this when we come back.
Neil Anderson live in Culver City with an inspirational woman.
Do it in progression. You don't want to hurt those backs? That is the secret.
Welcome, Wendy.
Strength training gives you your sexy on your body. Reroute your mindset. It has to be number one on your list. 60 years old. You're supposed to be slowing down.
All right, now you know the secret, Wendy Ida.
Hi, everybody. And I thank you so much, Nicole and Boris and the whole Strive to Thrive team. But what I want to know from you guys is, have you ever made a healthy New Year's resolution? Raise your hands if you have. All right. Have you ever resubmitted that New Year's resolution year after year after year? I get it. We are all busy, busy lives. And certainly, we on the Strive to Thrive team are no different than you. We have to take care of the kids. We have to help them with their homework. We have to cook. We have long hours on the job. And we have to pay the bills, right? But your health is your wealth. It's about balance. And we all have to strive to get that balance because we have some of the biggest killers: heart disease, diabetes, and stress is huge. So it really is important to find that balance. And I can tell you from my own standpoint, my life was out of balance for more than 13 years. I'm a domestic violence survivor. And the reason why I'm here today in California is because I had to finally get out of my situation. I'm from the East Coast, and for 13 years, I was under the control of somebody else's life. I had no balance, and I had no life, and I didn't know who I was or what I was supposed to be. I know that there were several times when I tried to get out of my situation, I was emotionally, mentally, physically, and sexually abused. And although I left a couple of times, I was hunted down, and I still went back. And I think I just didn't want it bad enough, or know enough, or thought enough of myself to leave. And there came a time when I was actually flat on my back, had to drink out of a straw, and had to have myself and my 2 babies taken care of. And I thought that that would be my life forever. I thought that I would not see my 43rd birthday, just like my mother, who died at 43 under stress and out of balance lifestyle. But one day, I saw this vision. And this vision came when I was on my way to church. My husband, myself, my 2 kids, I had them 11 months apart. I was going through my life catatonically. I didn't have any idea of really what I was doing. I was getting the wrong support, negative support from outside influences. But this one day, we were going to church. I remember it like it was yesterday. And my husband was drinking, my children were crying, and I sat just depressed. And this time, my kids cried louder. And afraid as I was, I begged him not to do it. The kids were having a hard time this time. And to my surprise, he said something he hadn't said before. And he said, I will do what I want, and you can't do anything about it, and my kids will learn everything they know from me, and proceeded to give my son a swig of beer. Oh my God. I saw this vision, and the vision gave me a picture of what my children's future was like, and it was worse than mine was at the time. And I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't listen to that vision. But the truth is, I didn't love myself enough, but I can tell you that I love my kids more. And from that moment on, I decided that I wanted it really bad enough for them to make a move, a real move. And the day came after I thought it was the right time, because I was under watch pretty much 24/7, because I had left twice before. And the day came, I had about 10 minutes to go. I grabbed clothes in one hand, my kids in the other. We jumped in the car and we took off. But on the way, my children were so frazzled and I was out of control, because I thought, this is my last moment. This is the last time I'll be able to do this. But I was caring more about my daughter, who wanted her doll. She wanted some kind of security, and I wanted to give that to her. So I was a block away, and I turned around, and I decided, let me get this for her. And they were coming for me at that moment. I probably almost died in that moment. Jumped back in the car and zigzagged away and tried to get away, and I did, but my plane wasn't due to leave till a couple days. So we hid out, and my life was totally on stop and hold, because we had been found before. Long story short of it is, we did make that Tuesday. I remember that. It was Tuesday, we got on the plane, and not until I was up in the air did I exhale and know that I had gotten away, and that I had made it, and that I wasn't to be found. Came to California. I finally got here. And although I got my kids settled, although I had to straighten out my life again, because we literally left with clothes on our backs, I still wasn't happy. Oh, let me not leave out that 5 years later, I did remarry and have been happily married for 23 years. Thank you. And my husband is my biggest supporter and has helped me move on. But you know, I was still a victim many years to come, because I was angry. I was harassed still from past times. I was depressed. I was stressed. And my weight was up. I was a fast food junkie, and I really couldn't get going. I knew I had to be better until the day I started exercising. I found my earth angel who helped me out in that. And when I started exercising, it was a whole new world, a whole new awakening. My mind was evolving, my body was blossoming. I mean, I lost a total of about 80 pounds. And I was challenging myself and feeling great about it. And it was like climbing over a wall, and each time you become more empowered. And that's probably why I went and did the bodybuilding thing, and I did the Guinness World Records. And I did the Guinness World Records because it was for my 60th birthday. And you know what? I'm like, that's a milestone. I am so happy to be here, because I didn't think I was going to be here at 43. Oh my God, thank you. But that for me was wonderful, And I have to say, it was all putting things in balance, and we strive for balance every single day. And having all of the pieces that Robert talked about, oh my God, I had to put my eating in check. I started the exercise. The strength training made a huge difference. Women need that a lot. And then I had to get this together. I wish I had had you, Dr. Wade, there for me at an earlier time. But the truth is, I did get it together, and I have moved mountains in my life. And I say to you, do you want that kind of transformation? Anybody willing to transform more to be better in their lives? Raise your hand if you do. Yeah. Well, I say yes if you really mean this. Do you want change? Do you want to evolve to a higher level in your life?
Yes.
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 I can give you some tools to do that. First thing you have to do is have courage. You need courage to move forward. Courage is being afraid, but doing it anyway. I had to have courage to move forward in my life to get out of the predicament I was in. The second thing you need to have is a plan of action. You gotta have a plan of action. The first 2 times I left my situation, I didn't have a plan. And hey, where did it get me? Nowhere. The third thing you have to have is hard work, baby. You gotta have the hard work. You can't wish upon a star. You gotta do it. You get what you pay for. The fourth thing you have to have is persistence. All your plan and all your hard work ain't gonna get you nowhere unless you plow through it. And my favorite quote of all time that I put in my pocket and use it to pull out whenever I need to, it says, you're gonna have obstacles in your life. To get to the other side, if you have persistence, you gotta go around the wall. You gotta climb over it, crawl under it, go through it, or blow the darn thing up to get to the other side, because life is full of obstacles, right? I've given you some tools. Can you do this?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
You can do this. When can you do it? Tomorrow? Thank you! I love it! You're on board! Now, today you can do it, and right now we're gonna go for a little bit. I'm gonna give you a little taste of what we're gonna do. You said now! All right, stand up! Woo-hoo. Because our whole crew is gonna do this with us.
Yes.
So this is gonna be a sample of later on when we get more of the heart pumping, the sweat going, and the party started. Sit right by your chairs, and you're gonna tap and go down when I tell you to. We're gonna get a little music for you. And you guys feel free to move your chairs back just a little bit.
Gangnam Style.
Okay. Marching!
낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 너는 선어해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로운 그런 선어해 커피 식기도 전에
Hey baby over there, you can do it too. I see you.
심장이 터져버리는 선어해 그런 선어해 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 지금부터 갈 때까지 가볼까 오빤 강남스타일
That hole, by the way, next time you're gonna freeze where you are. You can tap your feet if you want. Right here.
여자 이때다 싶으면 묶었던 머리
You're gonna
푸는
dip
여자
here. This is
가렸지만
the one leg.
웬만한
This is gonna get
노출보다
you a
야한
bump
여자
up.
그런
뭔가,
감각적인
뭔가.
여자 나는 선호해 점잖아 보이지만 놀 땐 노는 선호해 내가 되면 완전 미쳐버리는 선호해
That's right. When we don't have on our dresses, we can dip lower.
그런 선호해 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 아름다워 사랑스러워
Come on now.
그래 바로 너 지금부터 갈 때까지 가볼까 오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일 섹시 레이디 오빤 강남스타일 섹시 레이디
One more time.
위는 놈그 위에 나는 놈 Baby baby 나는 more
See, we
좀
can do this in
아는
our
놈
clothes, can't we?
뛰는 놈그 위에 나는 놈 Baby baby 나는 more 좀 아는 You know what I'm saying 오빤 강남스타일 Sexy lady 오빤 강남스타일 Sexy lady 오빤 강남스타일
Wendy.
You guys are great.
Yes. Okay, Pete, come up here, Pete. Wendy Ida has warmed us up. Come cool us down with a stretch. This is Pete.
All right.
Yoga man. All right.
So, I was joking around that I have to follow Wendy. This is crazy. How am I going to follow this, right? And I want to bow to everyone and behind me. This is really an amazing
you.
experience to be up here sharing some yoga with you. And before we get started, I just want to share that, you know, Martin Luther King said, "Hate is too great a burden to bear. I've decided to love." Which is such a beautiful quote. And I love that because yoga is a great way for us to connect, right? And T.S. Eliot wrote, what did he write? Yeah, okay. He wrote that hell is a place where nothing connects. Hell is a place where nothing connects. And yoga, everybody up here is talking about reconnecting. And one of the most simplest ways we can reconnect is through our breath. And yoga teaches us meditation, meditation, breath, as well as asanas. And so I'm going to teach you a little bit of breath work first. And within that realm of breath work comes the meditative aspect. So just for a moment, sit upright a little bit. We don't have to get up and dance around. Maybe later. Yeah, Wendy can bring us back to dancing around.
Yeah.
Place your hands on your heart. And just for a moment, put the computers away. Yeah, I know. I love it. You guys are hard workers here, these Google people. Place your hands on your heart and close the eyes. And take a couple of deep, they call it ujjayi breath. It's this kind of breath of sound. So there's a deep breath up to the heart. Most of us live in such a disconnected way, right? We don't get a chance to connect to our heart. We're always thinking mind. And so these first few breaths, right? Just noticing. In the Buddhist philosophy, they talk about bodhicitta, the softened heart, the saddened heart, this heart of feeling. Right? We don't get a chance to feel that often. So breathe, a couple deep breaths, feel. Good. And then open the eyes. Feel kind of good? Yeah, just a few moments of breathing up to the heart, right? Okay. And then, does anybody here ever carry stress in their body? Do you guys ever have like tweaky, no? Yeah, some of you? Oh, okay, that's, I think all of you, right? And so yoga is a way for us to work our stress in a really mindful way. Instead of letting our stress get away with us, right? The neck. Anybody ever feel tweaking in their neck when they're stressed? Or how about the lower back maybe too sometimes? Anywhere else? Maybe the belly when you're feeling anxious, or the heart? So a couple of things. One is to just breathe up to the heart when we're feeling anxious. Another way is to do some neck stretches. And so neck stretches, right? Just bring your hands out. Why don't we stand up one more time? No dancing, maybe later. Okay. Robert, kick. I can't do that kick. That was amazing. Okay. So just for a moment here, let the neck and head relax over toward your right. So those of you guys behind me, yeah, you guys got your mirroring there. Good. Just feel the stretch here, and just move your head back and forth for a moment, and take a couple of deep breaths into the left side of your neck. Good. And then inhale, coming back up to center. And then exhale, releasing the head over to the left, and feel the stretch to the left side of the neck. And so the key word is feeling, 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 feeling. Coming back over and over again to feeling. Good. Inhaling, coming back up to center. Good. And some wrist stretches. Reach hands out through the right and left. Do you guys ever get tweaky wrists from working on the computer too much? Move forward or backwards so you're staggering yourself next to the person next to you. And just reach out through the heels of the hand. Take a deep inhale here. Exhaling, pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, forefinger, thumb rotates down, and feel the flex through the knuckles. Feel the stretch through the forearms and wrist. Good stuff right there. Inhaling, coming back up. Reach out through the heels of the hands. Deep inhale. Exhaling, pinky, ring, middle finger, forefinger, thumb rotates down, knuckles facing down. Good. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, pinky, ring, middle finger, forefinger, thumb rotates down. Feel the stretch. Good. Then releasing here, interlace your fingers. Just roll the hands around in circles. Good. Feeling this stretch. And breathing, feeling. Good. And then one more, just for a moment here, just float back and forth. There's actually a Qigong move, but we'll use it for today's practice, just moving back and forth. All right, it's a good way to start opening up they call it the meridian or nadis, right? The channels, the energetic channels, right?
I'm going to interrupt for a second. For those of you who are leaving, we have some special gifts from Strive to Thrive for those who are staying.
Yay.
So hang in there and relax, because you're going to be very happy you did.
All right, so stopping. Just place your hands in a prayer in front of the heart. Take a moment, close the eyes. In the tradition, the yoga tradition, we say namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah. Let me tell you what namaste means first. Namaste means the divine in me salutes the divine in you. When you are in that place and I am in that place, we are one. Right? And so this idea of hell is a place where nothing connects. And I truly believe this. When we are connecting, we are creating heaven, not only within our body, but with our community, with people we don't know, people we don't understand. We're creating more and more connection here, just by breathing, just by feeling, by taking care of our diet, by taking care of our fitness, by taking care of other people we don't know that are working through harm and hurt. So, namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, how many of you feel that nice, calm energy? Did you feel a little letting go here in the neck and the shoulders? So we have some incredible gifts for you, and we're going to tell you about those in just a minute. But Boris and Nicole, parting shots, anything you'd like to leave us with?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
A big round of applause for all our beautiful experts and our guests here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. We want to thank everybody at Google who made this possible. We want to thank Rachel.
Yay, Rachel.
who invited us to come
And
here.
Camille. Rachel and
Thank you,
Camille. Yes.
Thank you guys so much. Again,
LaFonda.
our intention is to provide you guys with easy to follow tips and some inspiration to make some immediate changes to your lifestyle. This is something that's close to our heart. It's something that we have to accomplish together. Our health is in peril. This is a state of emergency. And the more people join us, the more people feel a sense of urgency and responsibility to take part in this, the better, because in the end, it's about our kids, because our kids have a lower life expectancy than we do, which is the first time it's ever happened in history. So this is a serious time. It's life or death. And so I would implore, thank you. See, she still translates for me. I would urge you guys to join. I have to practice the word first before I use it freely. Yeah, I would ask you guys to join us in trying to spread the message, and hopefully we'll see you further down the path.
Now, here's a way you can join us. I'm going to do the pitch. Is that all right? Sophie's Voice Foundation. We got a slide up here for Sophie's Voice. Sophie's Voice Foundation is one way that you can be part of this health revolution. This what?
Health revolution.
I didn't feel that.
Health revolution.
Thank you, because it needs that much energy for this revolution to take off. It takes all of our energy, and it takes money. So Google has done something extraordinary for all of us, and at Strive to Thrive, we're like this because Google will match every dollar you donate. Now, we're going to do it like this. You can use your Google Wallet, thank you, and any other kind of way that it's easy for you, but because you're donating to Sophie's Voice, we are going to give you some Strive to Thrive gifts. Would that be all right? Okay, so I'm going to read you what you're going to get. If you give $75 donation, you will get the Save Your Do Gym Wrap so your hair looks great when you work out. Gentlemen, I don't know, you could probably tie it there. All right. Boris said he'll wear it. It will keep the sweat from running into your eyes. Okay, see, very practical. Men can use it. If you are able to give a $150 donation, you will get not only the Save Your Do Gym Wrap, you're also going to get Robert Ferguson's book, Diet Free Life. Yes, very good. You're also going to get one of my teleseminars, and sometimes I have special guests on my teleseminars. And you'll get to talk to all of us, and they're live, real time. You can ask us questions, you get information you can use. Like, I'll leave you with the 4 A's, which are relationship magic. What are the 4 A's? You may want to know? These are things that are proven to save a relationship. Do you want to know this? You sure? I don't feel you. Oh, thank you. Boris, you remember? Because I told Boris. Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Okay, number 1, affection.
Yes.
Admiration.
Yes.
Appreciation.
Woo!
Acceptance.
Those are your 4 A's, ladies and gentlemen. They are the opposite of the 5 C's: criticism, coldness, contempt, combativeness, and criticism. Did I say criticism? All right. Those are bad. They destroy. 4 A's, money in the bank. Good or good? Okay, so you'll learn all that and more in the teleseminars. Plus, Wendy Ida has written an action guide. You think that might be valuable? Yes. So $150 if you're able to do that, and Google will match your donation. So if you donate $150, Sophie's Voice is going to get $300. Is that fabulous? All right, now $300 donation for those of you who just really want to put your heart and your money together. This is our top gift. Google will match it, so it's a big hit for Sophie's Voice Foundation. You get the total wellness gift pack, everything already named, plus instead of getting 1 teleseminar with me and my incredible colleagues, you will get 3. How many? 3. And on top of that, I'm going to throw in 2 tickets to a live 2-day intensive with me and my team, and you don't know who might be with me in those, because we always have surprise guests like Dr. John Gray, Mars and Venus, you guys know him. We have coming up actually the 23rd of this month, we'll have Ariel Ford, who wrote Wabi Sabi Love, and she's one of the best-selling authors in the relationship realm in the world. So we have all kinds of incredible people, including the people up here. So does that sound like a good gift? So whatever works for you, we'd be so grateful to have your support. And this is our way of thanking you. We're doing the gifts, and Sophie's Voice gets the benefit. And what's going to happen at Sophie's Voice with that money? Health revolution, everybody!
Health revolution.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. And thank you, Boris and Nicole. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Googlers.
Thank you, guys.
You guys are
Thank you.
so awesome. We want to come to
one
work
last
here.
thing, we have gifts as well.
Really?
We do.
Love fun.
So in celebration of Black History Month, BGN has actually gotten some, we're getting them. They are duffel bags for the whole wellness kind of theme, filled with all kind of goodies. So I just really wanted to thank our esteemed panelists again.
Camille, thank
really
you.
appreciate you guys coming here. And I have to say, this was the most interactive talk that I think I've been to.
Good. We don't believe in sitting down and letting this.
So Googlers, for those of you who want to donate to Sophie's Voice, please go in the back and see Jana. She's raising her hand. And for those of you who are online watching us live, go to sophiesvoicefoundation.org. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Blessings, everybody. Blessings. Thank you so much, Camille. Thank you.